Alright, hello there, I'm Scarecrow J, and welcome to another Tarkov guide video. So today we're going to be talking about how to cheese trader money requirements, and if you don't, well, I would expect you know what that is, because you're watching this video, because you want to learn how to kind of cheese it, but that's going to be everything right here. Let me see if I get a level 3, I can actually show it off. So for example, Ragman, I need to get up to 2.5 million spent, so it says spent, but what it really means is you've transferred 2.5 in wealth between Ragman and you. So that can count as like you selling something to him or you buying something from him. And this can be a little hard because the requirements are pretty high. So when you're kind of poor, it's hard to do. It's hard to do naturally over time. Like, for example, as you can see, I'm level, I think, 34 now, and I only have 2.4 mil spent, and I'm supposed to have, like, 2.5 for the next level. But we're going to talk about how to kind of cheese this. And I have, like, 3 methods that we can do this with. I'm going to actually show off the first one right now with the Ragman. And this first one does require a bit of money. You are going to lose some, but it's the fastest way to do it. And it's simply going to be buying an item, say one of these 6B47 helmets. So that's going to count 32k towards that total. I actually reached the goal with just that. But what you can also do is if you resell the item back to him. So I'm losing essentially, what, like 14k? But I'm actually gaining, I think it was, what, 50k worth of money spent or transferred between the trader there. So that's a way to do it very quickly. You could just repeatedly buy items from the trader that they can buy back. And you will, like I said, lose money, as you saw right there. But it's an easy way to meet the requirements if you have a little extra cash. Yeah, it does kind of vary between traders what is effective and stuff. Let me see. Is there anybody? I think I probably have everyone else maxed on what I need. Yeah. But we can do like skier's a bad option. Like Prapper is even worse with money like you're getting back. So let's say, I don't know, what do we want to do? Let's do a Mosin. Why not? So we're spending 33k here, and we can sell it back for 11k. Yeah, so that's a big loss. It's a huge loss. But we do get the, what was it? We spent, or we lost about 22k, but we gained 44k in experience transferred between. So if you do this on a larger scale, say you buy like 10 Mosins and stuff, you can get that trader requirement done real fast. But once again, this option, you're losing a lot of cash. There are other options, of course, which I will talk about right about now. Okay, so another option you can do is actually buying stuff off the flea market, which is sometimes cheaper than what the traders have, and selling them to the traders. So, for example, a good person to do this with is Therapist. It's super easy. So, for example, we have these ammo cases for 120 or 124k. We go to Therapist, and we can actually sell this to her for pretty much 100% of our money back. We're losing like 2k there, but yeah, that's a lot of money towards your requirement there, and you actually only lost 2k. So yeah, it's pretty efficient. It is much harder to do with other traders, I will admit. I think Therapist is probably the best showcase for this. I can try to find one for the other traders, but like I said, it's a little hard. Okay, so I was actually able to find another one. So, for example, here we have this CAC silencer for the 5.56. It's a M4 silencer, basically. So we're gonna buy. Oh, that one got bought out. Let's see. Sure. You can get these actually pretty cheap. I think you might be, if, like, for example, if I got the 28k one, I would actually make money off of this. But we can sell it to Skier for 30k. So that's basically free experience. Like I said, you can actually make money if they're under a certain price, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure people have those botted to where they'll just buy it and instantly sell it to the trader. So you do have to catch it. But yeah, so that's another one to do for Skier. Skier does buy weapon attachments, accessories for a decent price. You kind of just have to search around and see what works for all the traders. Okay, so I bought another one actually, and I found that this is a pretty efficient one. Mechanic is a hard one to do it on because he doesn't really buy things for very much. You kind of do it naturally with him because he buys weapons, or like the base parts of weapons and stuff. So you naturally get his money spent or transferred between them as you play the game. But if you do buy the silencers, you can sell it back to him for about 26k. So you're only losing like 4k, and that's pretty efficient for getting his trader rep up if you do need to. So that's another way to do it. Let's see about the other traders here. Okay, so I do have one for Peacekeeper, but I don't know if it's very effective. The problem with Peacekeeper... Okay, if I can actually buy one of these, that would be real nice. Okay, there we go. Problem with Peacekeeper is if you sell something back to him, it's in dollars. So we're actually... Technically, we're making money on selling this back to him. We're getting $580, and $580 if we were to buy them is actually like... I don't know. It's more than what we spent on the flash drive in ruples. But it's hard to transfer that back into ruples because it's not like we can sell the dollars. Yeah, you're kind of just stuck with dollars in that case. You're technically making money off of it, but I don't know, not really, unless you find a good way to transfer it back into ruples, but I'm not sure about that right now. But yeah, that's one thing you could do for Peacekeeper. So for Ragman, I don't know. I found one, but it's not very effective. So what you could do is if you go to like these small accessories, a lot of the time they'll be on the marketplace for pretty cheap. Like for example, we go to rank 1, we go to like Balaclava. We have them for like 2k if we buy one and then go and sell it. We get like, it's a decent amount of money back, but it really depends on how the market is. So if you want to go ahead and like search around these accessories, I think that's probably the way to do it. To do it a little cheaper. The only thing is this takes a lot of time. I would not spend time on this. I would rather just probably play the game and do it that way. It's a little rough doing it with Ragman here. Okay, so I've talked about kind of how to cheese their money requirements on all the traders except Prapor and Jaeger. And honestly, I don't think there's a good way to do it via this method, buying stuff off the flea market and selling it back to them. I just can't find options to do it on either of them just because they buy things at such a low margin. So yeah, it's very viable for all of these except Ragman. It's kind of on him, but definitely not Jaeger and Prapor. I don't think you could do it via this method. However, there is another method you could use with them, which I'm going to talk about now. So the other method I have to kind of get some easy trader rep and not spend too much cash is convenience feeing, which I talk about on my how to make money in Tarkov without actually playing the game. So what convenience feeing is putting a item that you have access to via a level on the trader. It can be 2 and beyond. Usually 1 doesn't work very well because people have access to it already. So if we look at level 2 Prapor here, he has a lot of magazines, which magazines are pretty heavily traded. You go something for maybe like this one, look it up. So we buy it from him at about 1800 there. And let's see how frequently they sell. Okay, so those do get bought out pretty rapidly. Let's go ahead and buy 100 of them. This does require a little money to start off, although you don't really need that much to do it. Okay, never mind. We'll do a smaller amount. I forgot my storage is kind of fucked right now. Do 50 of them. So we've just bought about, what, 90k? 90k worth of trading from the trader there. And then what we can do... Okay, we can actually make a little bit of money, I think. If we do this correctly. You put these in for about 1900. That'd be, yeah, that'll at least pay for this little fee. You do have to consider that when you're putting this up. I could do it for less, and they would sell quicker probably. But let's see how long it takes for these to sell. I'm gonna give it like say 5 minutes, and I'll report back to see how many sold in that time. Okay, so it's actually been about 2 minutes and we sold 6 of them. It keeps on getting undercut, unfortunately, because this is a pretty common item. What you could do alternatively to make it go a little faster, although it's like this way you are making money technically. Very little money, but it's easy trader rep, which is the goal of the video. Another way you can do it, let's use the Jaeger instead. We'll go to level 2. What can we buy here? Okay, so this is actually a decent item to do it with, the monsters at level 2 here for Jaeger. We're going to buy 5 of these, which is the max. It's not very much, but scopes are pretty expensive, so they do count quite a bit towards the money requirement here. So we're actually going to put this for less than the trader. And these are going to go pretty much instant, I think. Probably don't even need to do that to sell these fast, but we're literally going to put 1 under the trader. Okay, so this in total is going to be about 150k that you bought from Jaeger. Go ahead, place these. The fee was also 6k, so keep that in mind. I'm going to put these up. I actually sold an extra one there, whoops. Okay, so that, let me see, on my recording, that took about, yeah, that was pretty much 1 minute for those to sell. So it took 1 minute for us to get basically 150k in the trading rep spent for this trader, and we only spent probably about 7k with the tax fees on the marketplace. So yeah, that's pretty effective. You can do this with a lot of items. Scopes were pretty effective here. Just the scopes that are heavily used, like the monster and say, I don't know if the burst is very effective, but you get the gist of this. But yeah, so those are some easy ways to kind of get that that money spent requirement on all your traders without spending too much money or spending too much time. And right now it's kind of late into a wipe, it doesn't really matter, but if you do get trader levels pretty fast, like on a fresh wipe and stuff, that's the easiest way to make cash with the other methods I kind of talked about in my money making video, which I will have probably up like on the screen right now for you on the end screen here. But anyways, I'm Scarecrow J, and if you liked the video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more of my stuff. I do a lot of horror games and all that, but I'm doing a lot more Tarkov now because I kind of understand this game pretty well, so hopefully I can let my understanding help you guys as well. But anyways, thanks for watching.